Hey guys!
Hi guys!
Alright, so a lot of you guys have been asking for a behind the scenes of how custom pops are made. Not from the original movies we made, but maybe more of a direct, how does this thing happen, you know, a specific one.
What's the
so
process?
I am going to show you a sped along process of how I made Alvarez from Mafia 3 as a custom Funko Pop. Alright, so let's get this started. I was contacted by Alex Reyes, who is the voice artist for Alvarez in Mafia 3. Now, me and Alex have done some projects beforehand for some of the other shows that he's been on, and so I was really excited to do this one. I love video games, obviously, and Mafia 3 is a really awesome game. Alright, so overlooking him and trying to turn him into a pop, there's a few things we need to look at. I would say a couple distinguishing features: that hair, those glasses, and the overall outfit. Now, I talked with Alex earlier and we decided that he's going to want an AK and a pistol in his hand. So these are all things that we're going to have to take a look at when we decide to make the pop. Now, typically I start off with doing a glam shot. This is for a few reasons. Number one, to sort of do the box art and to have an outline that I can go by when I start to sculpt. Now, moving into the artwork, I've created 3 default heads with all different skin tones. That way, anybody that comes to me for custom artwork, I already have this built. As you can see, I've created white, Hispanic, and black. So it's a base model that I can start from. Makes it a heck of a lot easier for me. Now, being that Alvarez is Cuban, we will go with Hispanic. Now, all the artwork is done. I've already had the layers here. We're just going to kind of go over what my process was in those layers. Typically, I like to start with the head first. That way I have a vision, and then I can carry it over into the body. Alright, so here's what we've done with the hair. I've made 3 different layers. I have the hair shape, the hair highlights, and then the hairlines. Now, moving past that, I get into the face work where I've put the important glasses on there. Eye bags to give him sort of that grimacing look where he's sort of worn out and worn down. And then the eyebrows. Now we're getting a lot closer to what Alvarez looks like. And now that I got his head done, I can sort of see the vision and see how it's going to take shape. Moving past the head, let's get into the shirt. I have an outline for a t-shirt. Got my shoulder seams as well as the shirt seam. We have the neck collar next. Pop into pockets. The shadows for the pockets. The shadow for the neck underneath the head. The shirt buttons, and finally the shirt collar shadows. Now that we have the shirt done, we're going to go on to the pants. Now we'll do the outline for the pants. Now if you guys are wondering, I've done all these highlights already, and then the outline already. This is just a shape that I created. I didn't record all the actual work of me doing it because it takes forever. But yeah, you can kind of see what's going on. Then we add the shadow underneath the t-shirt. The pant rolls at the bottom because Alvarez has his pants rolled up. The inner pant shadow. And then the pant seams. And we go ahead and pop the socks in. Now that the socks are there, we definitely need some shoes. I've got an outline for a shoe. Shoe highlights. And then the shoe sole line. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just down here on the bottom. Finally, we just need to do the guns. Now the guns I had to do in a few layers because the hand and the gun and the body all have to overlap. So I made the AK-47, and then the hand to go with it, and then the pistol hand with the left arm piece. And that's Alvarez. That is the glam. That's what we'll use for the box. Now with all pop glams, we are going to need that important edge around the character. So we're just going to merge all these layers together. Double click on this. Put a stroke on it. Make it white. And then just up the size. As you can see, we now have that all-important white ring. And there he is. Now that the glam is finished, we need to move on to the box. Now I do the box in 3 different pieces due to the restrictions on my printer. So first off, we're going to start with the front and side piece. My process is to drop a black outline. And then on top of that, we're going to drop some game art. This is art from the game. I dropped the black block underneath there so I could mess with the opacity on the picture to kind of let it fade down into the background. Then I'm going to add that Alvarez glam we just got done making. We're going to drop in the custom pop logo, the number 3 bubble. This is a number that me and Alex decided upon since the game is Mafia 3 to go with the number 3. And then most importantly, his name Alvarez. Now moving on to the front of the box, we're going to drop the border in. Don't worry about how goofy this looks. These are just corrections that I had to make. Again, this is actually after the fact that I already made it. This was an actual solid shape. We're then going to drop the number 3 bubble in, the custom pop logo, the Mafia 3 logo from the game. We're going to go ahead and drop Alvarez's glam in there, his side shot, then his name, and then custom vinyl figure. And that's the front. Alright, so now moving on to the back and the other side flap, we are going to start with the side, where we're going to drop in the custom pop logo, Alvarez down the side, the number 3 bubble, and then the Alvarez Glam. For the back, we're going to drop another black block with the art on top of it. Of course, that is so I can mess with the opacity. We're going to go ahead and put Alvarez on the side already. We're going to go ahead and throw in the 3 bubble. I made it look sort of like a moon since this is a night scene. We're going to add the custom pop logo, the text about Alvarez. He's a counterfeiter, a member of the Marcano faction, and portrayed by Alex Reyes. We're going to add a little bit of game art on the bottom of it, along with a black border that I put the opacity at pretty low. And then we're going to add the nameplate, where it's just all the sort of advertising. And that is the back and side of the box. Now moving on to the easiest part is the top and bottom flaps. We'll start off by adding our fold cut lines. These are actually the lines that I will cut with an X-Acto knife to fold the flap over so it closes the top and bottom flap. Then we add the gray bottom. This is something I've already done. It's just more of the advertising and sort of a fake barcode. Add the website and then the logo. And then for top, we're going to add the gray square once again, the fold cut lines, the pop custom logo, and then Alvarez's head. That's simple. Now we got to put all 3 files together and make one big box. And this is what we get when we're all done. We put all the box pieces together, we pop in the Glam, put Alvarez underneath it, throw the sticker on there, and put a nice background on it. This is typically what I give the client to look at and decide, hey, this is what I want, or I'd like to add this, maybe change that. It's just a nice piece of art to get excited about the pop that's going to be coming and sort of see how it's going to take shape. I, of course, sent this off to Alex to look over. We changed a few things, got the go-ahead, and now we're on to the actual pop. We'll be using 2 pops on the base for this, the pop male for the head and the prison Glen for the body. Now let me explain why I'm going to use those 2 bodies and what we're going to do. As you can see, the middle, that's the Glam, that's what we're going for. The closest body to that would be Prison Glen, at least from what I saw. And then to match that hair, we'll just use a DIY base head and sculpt directly on. So, we do not need Glen's head, let's get rid of that. And we do not need the DIY body, so let's get rid of that. Our plan is to add a chunk of hair on the DIY like this. Make some glasses somehow and put them on his face. These are some strange glasses because of the shape. There's nothing like this on a pop that we'll be able to take and use. This is something we're going to have to create on our own. Now, as for Glen's body, we're going to need to take away that extra arm because we're going to have to readjust that and sculpt a pistol on it. And we're going to have to sand down his body and get rid of all that extra stuff so we can put clay over it and create a new suit for him. As well as take off the arm that's holding the AR because we're going to need to change that into an AK. It will look something like this when it's done. We'll then redo that AR, make it an AK, and then add a pistol hand. Now when both of those are done, we put them together, it should end up looking something like Alvarez. I start off by using Super Sculpey, half hard, half soft on his head to create the hair shape. It has this glossy effect because I used a softening agent to help smooth out the clay. Now we've sanded down the gun holster on his leg, the buttons on his shirt, taken his arms off in preparation for sculpting his outfit. We'll start off his outfit by sculpting his pants. These are going to have rolls on the bottoms and the iron seam up the legs. We then sand the pants down, add the t-shirt, begin work on the gun, and then throw these in the oven to harden, which is what you're looking at now. This is all the clay hardened. I then start spraying both body parts with a primer. Now if you'll notice the body has a pistol. Let me go over how that happened. First off, we cut the arm off of the DIY pop. We then turn it sideways and we fill that arm in with clay and wire and then add the pistol. Now it's time to paint. I will be using an airbrush for the skin, regular craft hobby brushes for everything else, and then finally when that's done I'm going to hit it with a clear coat, a matte clear coat. This is something I didn't record and I apologize for that. I didn't want this video to be very long, so it's more of a slideshow. The first round of paint is done. As you can see, this is how it turned out. Again, I've airbrushed the skin tone, and I've airbrushed a little bit of dark patches and light patches in the hair. Other than that, it's all painted with a brush. And now it's time to move on to decals. We need to do those eyebrows and the baggy eyes. Alrighty, so now as you can see, it's starting to get fun. This is what we have now. Everything's turning out really well. The only thing that we have now to do is the hardest part, and that's the glasses. Now, as you can see, his glasses are octagons. That's not an easy shape to replicate. So what I did was take a popsicle stick and slice it thin into these little small wooden pieces. And right here you can see I've cut them with 45-degree angles and glued each little piece together until I got an octagon. At that point I made a mold of that, which is what this pink thing is. And then I poured plastic in that mold and pulled out the shape now in plastic. I was able to make 2 of these for the glasses. And then on this other mold here that I created just for a straight line, I was able to use this as the side pieces and the centerpiece, just cutting it down and gluing them together with super glue. I wanted to do this in plastic and not in wood, so it would be more durable and have some room to bend. And then that gave me the glasses. It wasn't an easy process and it took a while, but I think it paid off. Now with the glasses finally completed and glued on, this was the final result as far as the pop goes. I forgot to take a photo of the box when I was putting it together, so I'm going to throw this one in of an upcoming pop I'm going to have coming out. Basically, this is the box when it's all combined and glued together and cut. Up next, I add the sticker, put it in a pop protector, and drop the COA in it. Now we can take a look at a turnaround of the entire thing inside the box.
I killed the men outside. I only want to talk to you, so I'm gonna put my gun down, all right? If you try and fuck me, I kill you! Hi guys, doing? My name is Alex Ruiz, and I'm a voiceover actor, and I voiced and did the motion capture, actually, of Alvarez in Mafia 3. And I just received this Nerve Therapy exclusive, this Alvarez custom vinyl figure. There it is. That's me as a pop. So, guys, Nerve Therapy, Mark, everyone over there, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I'm watching the video right now, and the quality of your work, the detail that you put into your pops is unbelievable. It's really, really cool. I feel like I just won an award, but it really is that cool. I'm a gamer and a collector, so this is going to go at the top of the pile, you know. I will treasure it, always. But thank you, honestly. Guys, follow them at Nerd Therapy all over social media, please. They do awesome work. And if you like artwork like this Ken right here, go to 8 Bits and Pieces all over social media as well. Again, guys, honestly, I think this is awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I kill you!
Alrighty guys, so that was it. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.
Thanks guys.
Bye.
Bye.